So what does the Cuba effect and a concert in Houston have to do with one another? Hello, my name is Arthur and I'm the CEO and founder of Tackleberry Solutions. We teach wartime tactics to citizens for civil defense, and today we're going to talk about binary weapons and the effects of radio waves. Let's get started with this. So, for those of you that are not aware, a binary weapon is actually a biological weapon, but it's broke up into two separate parts. The first part of it has to actually be ingested into your bloodstream and can be done in various different forms. The first one is through an actual injection. The second one is through like a topical ointment that you put on, lotion, because your skin is very absorbent, right? Another one is through aerosol. Now, chemtrails, when you start seeing a crop duster come over your house spraying stuff, then okay, yeah, you can worry about it, but that, no. Now, that's the first way to introduce it. Again, it has to get into your body and actually infest itself within your organs and your bloodstream and everything of that nature. Dormantly, there is a chemical inside there that's just waiting to be activated, because what it needs is something to react to the second part of the weapon, with us a binary weapon, right? The second part of the weapon, again, can be a barrage of things. It could be another ointment. It could be an aerosol. It could be radio waves that are directed at your body that react with certain conductors that have now been introduced to your body, right? Okay. This reason behind using a binary biological weapon, which the exact origins of that are kind of questionable, but let's just say it came from spook industries like the CIA, MI5, so on and so forth. But where it actually originated from, who knows? Now, the reason behind doing this is you're able to actually kill a person or a group of people very quickly and make it all look like it happened from natural causes. That's right. These people are going to start dropping dead from heart attacks, strokes, seizures, and other, respiratory issues. Damn, that sounds familiar, don't it? Jeez. Ain't that what just happened in Houston at that concert, that people just started dropping dead from those exact things? Huh? Interesting, huh? Well, where else have we seen this? A little place called Cuba. That's why it was named the Cuba effect. We had diplomats down there that would suddenly become deathly ill. And they would go to the hospital, some died, some didn't. Things happen, right? But the one thing we noticed that all of them were being targeted and they would become deathly ill. And that nobody could really put their thumb on what was causing it. Well, that's because it was either a binary weapon or extreme radio waves directed on them. You're sitting there going, really? Radio waves? That's right, radio waves. Let me elaborate. During World War II, the British, is where this started from, was Britain started experimenting with using concentrated doses of ultra-high radio frequencies directly on the body. They continued their study all the way through Vietnam when we picked it up, and we did it in Vietnam too. The end result was that we found that if we used high concentrated doses of radio waves at extremely high volumes and ultra-high frequencies, the body would become deathly ill and you would just be totally combat ineffective. Even if you didn't die from it, you were a combat ineffective soldier for a short period duration. Now, there's going to be a second part of this video that talks specifically about cell phones. Pay attention to that, because it's more than just the effects of the radio waves on your body. It's what the cell phone's being currently used for. Alright, now when you put the two of these together, I want you to understand there is in fact a device that does exist, and it's a jamming gun. How I know this is because twice now I've been with a unit that when they drilled down in Donna Ana, a little training area outside of Fort Bliss in New Mexico, that happens to butt right up next to White Sands Missile Range, twice now when idiots from my unit have launched drones in the air even though they were told not to. Guess what never came back? The drone. That's right, they hijacked it and brought it down. How? Ultra high concentrated dosage of radio waves. They literally jammed their signal from the controller to the drone, and it hacked it and brought it down. That's right, totally doable. We used to do mess all the time in Iraq. Okay? So to say that you can't do that on a bigger scale would be a massive understatement. Because now we don't even have to use the ray gun. All you have to do is flip a switch. That's it. And it will jam everything in 360 degrees out to a certain mileage distance. Well, if you remember, we did studies like this all the way back in the 70s. Look it up. During the 70s, during the Carter administration, there was a naval vessel off the coast of New York City that was conducting that exact same type of experiment with jamming due to ultra high radio waves. How do we know about it? Because they turned the ship before cutting it off and blacked out half of New York City. That's why. Yeah, somebody got fired over that one. So using ultra high radio waves is a very real weapon. Now what does that have to do with Houston and the Cuba effect? Look into it, guys. When you look into what actually happened, you start talking to or listening to some of the guys that were the survivors of that, you'll see that's exactly what happened there. This concludes part one. Thank you guys very much for watching, and y'all have a fantastic day.